What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. And I am beyond excited to talk about today's batch of leaks for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And today, the discussion topic is going to be about the upcoming structure deck EX called Neo Fusion. This Neo Fusion structure deck is going to give us a ton of support for the elemental hero Neo's archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And I'm not going to lie, my first impressions of reading all these cards, I don't think this meta or this structure deck is going to be a meta deck, but this is an insane good support for the elemental hero Neo's archetype. So for everybody that loves Neo Spacians as a kid and wants to build a decent deck out of Neo Spacians, this is going to be definitely the structure deck for you guys to go for. But like I said, I doubt this is going to be a meta potential deck, but there's still a ton of cool combos and cards to talk about from this structure deck EX. So if you guys are excited for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, as always, be sure to go hit that like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content and other content from me. But of course, you can wait to like and subscribe until you watch the whole video. Also, I would strongly recommend to subscribe to my channel because tomorrow I'll be releasing another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video talking about all the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links stuff. There's a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I would like to cover in all-in-one video, so be on the lookout for that and all that fun stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. But I gotta give where credit is due. First credit I gotta give is huge shout out to the homie Alkaru for helping out my Discord when it comes to data mines. My homie out here at 2 a.m. my time posted all these data mines right away in my Discord. So if you guys want to check out the data mines before I make a video on it, be sure to go to join my Discord, link in the description down below. Shout out to the homie Alkaru for giving me all these data mines and stuff like that as quick as I can. If I wasn't busy with school, this video would have been out a lot earlier, that's for sure. So huge shout out to the homie Alkaru. Just give him a shout out if you join my Discord or whatever. Also, thank you so much to D Game Links for posting all these cards right here along with the rarities of these Neo Spacian monsters. This is a really good way to check it out for later if you guys want to, so I'll throw this in the description down below too, and then along with Duel Links Meta, of course, for also posting this stuff and all the other. I'll shout out Duel Links Meta in my next video because I'm going to be using Duel Links Meta for the next upcoming data mines video. But if you want to check both of these websites out, I'll throw them in the link in the description down below too as my sources. Now let's get into today's review on all the new cards for the Neo Fusion structure deck, because like I said, I am looking forward to the structure deck. I think the structure deck is going to be pretty sick. So the first card we're going to be talking about in today's video is Elemental Hero Brave Neos, and this card is actually really cool. This is a 7-star light warrior fusion effect. It takes Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 level 4 or lower effect monster. It must be fusion summoned, which gains 100 attack for each Neo Spacian and hero monster in your graveyard. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add 1 spell and trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Elemental Hero Neos in its tech. This card has 2500 attack and 2000 defense. There's a lot to talk about this card. One thing I like about this card just straight off the bat is how easy this is going to be able to summon. Along with the other support cards in this Neos Fusion structure deck, is going to help out to one, summon Elemental Hero Neos out easily onto the field and get it out of your deck. And then alongside the fact that all this takes is just Elemental Hero and Elemental Hero Neos in any level 4 or lower effect monster, and it makes it that easy to summon. So Brave Neos is really good, because let's be real here, literally every single deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that I could think of runs level 4 or lower effect monsters in some shape or way or form. Some decks, run a lot of heavy monsters and stuff like that, but most decks, some way, somehow have a level 4 or lower effect monster. So the fact that that's all it takes for the other material to summon into Brave Neos is insane. You can tech it in so many decks if you have Elemental Hero Neos, which would be really cool. That thing I like about this too is that if you're playing some wacky decks and you have a lot of decks that play and have a bunch of Neo Spacian or hero monsters in the graveyard, it's going to give this card a boost, which is really cool. So I like that right there. And then the last thing that I like the most about this card is that if this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, you can add a spell and trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Elemental Hero Neos. And I gotta say, there is a lot of cards you can add with Brave Neos. So we're gonna go switch to Duel Links real quick so I can talk about some of these cards. So one card that you can add to your hand after you destroy opponent's monster with Brave Neos is a card called Miracle Contact. This card is crazy good for a couple reasons. So shuffle into your deck from your hand, field, or graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on an Elemental Hero fusion monster. List Elemental Hero Neos as a fusion material, then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck ignoring summoning conditions. So basically what you can do is that after you went for the fusion summon of your Elemental Hero Brave Neos with polymerization or whatever, with those graveyard materials in the graveyard, you use Brave Neos to search out for Miracle Contact. Then you could use Miracle Contact to go into either another Brave Neos, you can go into Neos Knight, you can go into some of these other Neos cards, probably not these ones too specifically depending on how you build your deck, but you can go back into another Brave Neos or Neos Knight really easily with Miracle Miracle Contact. Another card that you can add to your hand with the effect of Brave Neos is Wrath of Neos. This card is crazy good because you can select one face-up Elemental Hero Neos you control, return it to the deck, and destroy all cards in the field. This is a board wipe card that is searchable through Brave Neos. That's pretty sick right there. Another card that you can search with Brave Neos is Reverse of Neos. Activate only when a face-up Neos fusion monster you control is destroyed. Special summon one Elemental Hero Neos from your deck in attack position, and it gains 1000 attack, and it is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. That's pretty good right there. And if I double check, yeah, Elemental Hero Brave Neos. So yeah, you can combo reverse of Neos with Elemental Hero Brave Neos, and that's a really good combo right there. So a lot of really good targets to combo with, that is for sure. And you also could add Contact out in Neo Space and stuff like that, but I don't know, I wouldn't probably run those. But yeah, Reverse of Neos, Wrath of Neos, Miracle Contact, all great cards to add with your Brave Neos, so that's really cool right there. Brave Neos, I like it a lot. Next up, we're going to talk about another card that is super cool in my opinion, and this card is called Neo Space CONNECTORE, or Connector. There we go. I don't know why I mispronounced that, but you know, knowing me, you guys know that has been subscribers for my channel for a while. I mispronounce a lot of words, but this is Neo Space CONNECTORE, 4-star light warrior effect monster. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Neo Spacian monster or one Elemental Hero Neos from your hand or deck in defense position. You contribute this card, target one Neo Spacian monster or Elemental Hero Neos in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. You only can use each effect of Neo Space CONNECTORE once per turn. This card has 800 attack, 1800 defense, and I think there's a lot of cool things about this card. So this card is an SR from the structure deck, and it does a lot. The fact that you normal summon this card, you automatically get the search for, or no, you get the special summon a Neo Spacian monster or Elemental Hero monster from your hand or deck in defense position is really cool right there. This is a strong indicator, and this is probably going to be the card you're going to be using the most as that 4 or lower effect monster to fusion summon into Brave Neos, because the fact that you just summon Space CONNECTORE, special summon a Neos, follow up with your poly to fuse the Connector and Elemental Hero Neos to go into Brave Neos. Really simple combo right there. But also what's really nice about this Neo Space CONNECTORE is for anybody that likes to play the Contact Fusion Neo Spacian monsters, this is also a great card for that, because with the Contact Space Neo Fusions, you need to have Elemental Hero and plus the other Contact Fusion on the board in order to go for the Contact Fusion. So with Neo Space CONNECTORE, that's going to help you out a lot, because you special summon Elemental Hero Neos from your deck, you contribute this card, and then target a Neo Spacian monster in your graveyard, contact that new Neo Spacian you just special summon with CONNECTORE plus the Elemental Hero Neos, boom, bada bang, there you go, you got your Contact Fusion if you want to play that route too. A lot of really good combos right there, and I think CONNECTORE is going to be a great card in multiple hero decks that you're going to be playing if you decide to use this card. So I like this card. I think this card is going to be pretty good for the archetype. Next card that is also really cool is this card called Neo's Fusion. This is also an SR card, and it does the following. You can special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 materials as 2 monsters as a material, including Elemental Hero Neos, by sending those monsters from your hand, deck, or field, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. If a fusion monsters you control that lists Elemental Hero Neos as a material would be destroyed by battle or card effect, or shuffled into the extra deck by its own effect, you can banish the card from your graveyard instead. This card is crazy good, and there is so many targets that you can use with a Neos Fusion right there. So the fact that you could special summon a fusion monster from your deck that lists exactly 2 monsters gives us a lot of Elemental Hero Fusion targets right off the bat, and the fact that you can do it from your hand or deck or field, ignoring its summoning conditions, is awesome, because basically all you need to do, from if I'm reading this card properly, is that you just activate Neos Fusion, instant fusion monster straight off the bat, because you get to use cards from your deck, field, and hand straight off the bat right there. And a lot of targets you can go for is, I believe you can go for Brave Neos. I would assume that would be one that you can go for, because it just says that it has exactly 2 monsters, and since it says Elemental Hero plus 1 level 4 or lower effect monster, means that it means exactly 2 materials right there. So you can go into Brave Neos with just Neos Fusion right there. If we go back to Duel Links right now, we can go into a lot of targets. We can go into Dark Neos, we can go into Neos Knight, we can go into Aqua Neos, we can go into Flare Neos, we can go into Glow Neos, and we can go into Marine Neos, which is really nice. Sadly, we can't go into Divine Neos or Chaos Neos or this one right here, Storm Neos, because those have more than exactly 2 materials, but we can still go into a lot of different fusion monsters. So I'm honestly considering rocking a Neos Knight Brave Neos fusion deck once the structure deck comes out. That's probably my first choice to pick when it comes to that. But yeah, you can, if you like the Neo Spacian cards, you can combo the Neo Spacians with Neos Fusion. And another thing that's really sick about Neos Fusion is that Neos Fusion will protect your Elemental Hero Contact Fusions with its own effect, because as you can tell from the end of this card text, while sorry for messing up right there. But what's really nice about Neo's Fusion is that if it fusion monsters you control that list elemental hero Neos' material would be destroyed by a card effect or shuffled to extra deck by its own effect, you can banish this card from a graveyard instead. So your contact Neos monsters won't go back into your extra deck. They'll stay on the field with Neo's Fusion. So I think Neo's Fusion has so much advantage to it. It's an instant fusion summon right away, and maybe this card could even see some better play in the future if we get the other elemental hero cards, like we can get the elemental hero Neos Hummingbird one and then the Grand Mole one. But Grand Mole might be a little longer than we would hope right there. So there's that right there. Next up, we're going to be talking about this card called Common Soul. This is just a rare card, and it is a continuous spell card. Select one face-up monster on the field to activate this card. Special summon one Neo Spacian monster from your hand to the same side of the field as the selected monster. The selected monster gains attack equal to the attack of the monster that was special summoned by this effect. When this card is removed from the field, return the monster that was special summoned by this card effect to the hand. So I don't really know how I feel about this card too much. I don't know if I would run it into my deck, but then again, I haven't played that much in Neo Spacian decks that much anyways, so who knows right there. But yeah, if you select a face-up monster on the field, you can special summon Neo Spacian from your hand to the same side of the field, select a monster, so that's all right there. I still kind of like the other fusion cards the other cards we talked about, because at least those ones can special summon from the deck and stuff like that. But still, if you have a Neo Spacian in your hand, you can special summon it with this card. That selected monster gains the attack equal to the attack of the monster that was special summoned by this effect. When this card is removed from the field, return the monster that was special summoned by this card's effect to hand. So at least there's recycling going on right there. I think there is some uses with this card, but I think I'd rather run some of the other Neos cards that I talked about in today's video, like Wrath of Neos, Revenge of Neos, Miracle Contact, over a card like this. But the fact that you can special summon your Neo Spacian monsters is pretty decent. So there's that right there. And the next card we're going to talk about is literally called Next, so that's pretty funny right there. It is a trap card. It special summon any number of monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard in defense position that are all Neo Spacian monsters or elemental hero Neos, but negate their effects. And as long as you control any of those special summon monsters face up, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters. You only can activate the effect of Next per a turn. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So that's pretty cool right there. So this, first of all, since this is a card that you can activate for the hand right away, you can get a bunch of Neos monsters straight on the field to go into your contact fusion Neos, which is pretty cool. So basically this is kind of implying that it's going to be one helpful to summon into the contact hero fusions, and just that's about it. I do like though that since this is a trap card, you can also activate it during your opponent's turn to probably save you some time. But other than that, I don't really know. I think this card will see some play, but I think people would use it for the unattended reason and stuff like that, just to easily get Neos out on the board. I think that's probably the best way to go for this card, is just to get Neos out on the board pretty quickly. So there's that right there, and you get the attack with Neos, I believe, so that's pretty good right there. So there is that, and yeah, that is actually the last card from the whole list of cards to talk about. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Link Stat of Mine video, be sure to go hit that like button on the video if you watched the end of this video, and yeah, subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I got a brand new leak video coming to you guys very soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I honestly don't know what else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace.